team. Uh, Welcome back. We are uh, in the this is in this lecture we are going to resume once again the AngularJS related page. What we have studied so far, we have added bootstrap.css file. Basically, this is a framework to define presentation tier, means the web page. So this is Bootstrap working, BTN danger means red color button is there. So this is now the Bootstrap is working. Now the second framework that we want to use, the AngularJS. So we will download the AngularJS from the internet. Let's suppose we search Bootstrap AngularJS. We will search AngularJS. This is a framework for defining web applications. This is basically the framework used to specialize the web portions. So I am going to download it, download AngularJS. So it's going to download 1.5. This is stable version. I'm going to download it. So it is there, Angular dot minified version, and also I want to get the one more version if that is available. Minified version. So let's use this one. Where it is network error failed. It is unable to download. What might be the error? There might be some net problem. Once again, I want to download. Yes, it is there. It's going to be downloaded again. This is minimized version, and this is uncompressed version. So we can use anyone. Oh, there are many are downloading because I have clicked many times. So the net is there. Show in folder. I want to use just a single AngularJS. Where is keep it? Oh yes, this is there. Copy. I am going to copy it. Just a single version, a single copy of the file. I am going to paste it here inside the scripts folder. My AngularJS. I am going to rename it Angular. Yes, this is the framework Angular.js. Yes. So its version is 1.5.8. So now I will point this one in my application. How this is possible? Because this is a JavaScript file. So I will use the script area inside the header portion of my page. So what where I have placed this one inside the scripts folder. So I will point to the scripts, then I will angular.js. So this line will load the AngularJS framework for me in this page. So AngularJS, when this file is loaded, the whole framework is available to me for working with this one. So now I am going to start with AngularJS. Uh, let's suppose if I want to AngularJS starts if I want to use the AngularJS in my application, then there are many directives uh, which are available. Out of these directives, there is all the directives start with ng. What are directives? These are instructions. These are basically enhancements of the HTML. Through directives, we can define our own HTML related attributes, classes, and something others. We will discuss directives in detail, but the point is there is a need to define ng app, this directive. This directive will load AngularJS application. But before using this one directive, there is a need to define the AngularJS module application basically. So inside the script, how we will define the AngularJS module. Let's suppose uh, what the project that I will use in this course, I will use point of sale screen point of sale module. I will try to develop point of sale module in this course. So this is a challenging project. So let's start. POS, my application is POS application, and there is Angular variable that is available, and there is module method is available. So I'm going to define module, which module name is point of sale. Point of sale. This is the name of my module, and this module depends on which modules I am going to define an empty array. So this is my module point of sale application. This is the variable angular dot module, and this is the name of my module. POS is the name of my module, and after comma I have used uh, braces. So these are blank braces, which means that I am going to define a new module. uh, this module depends, this is dependency of my module. Right now my module is my module is depending on any, it is not depending on any other. So that's why I have used it as a blank braces. If it depends on some module A, B, C, then I will write A, B, and C, and so on. What are the dependencies? This inside this one bracket I will define the dependencies, but right now there is no dependency for my module. So this is the start of the AngularJS. Angular.module, first step is we have to define a module. So our module is basically named as POS app. So this POS app should be the part of my page. So my page starts with HTML starting from this to this. So I will pass this one variable POS app to my this one ng app directive. So ng app directive, when HTML would be rendered, so what will happen, it will search for POS app. So POS app is basically the module named as POS, which we will develop in this course. So basically uh, what I want to define in this module, basically AngularJS is used for working with the browser. So there are many concepts that we will study gradually. Right now what I do want that I want something means AngularJS is basically following model view controller pattern as well. Model means data, view means forms, and controller is the bridge between data and your views, means forms. So AngularJS is following MVC, model view controller. It is also called MVW, model view whatever. MVW model means data, view means forms, and W means whatever pattern. Whatever means there are many alternates uh, for for bridging the model with the view. So I'm not going into the detail of all the concepts in this lecture. I just want to start with AngularJS. Gradually we will study the concepts in detail, and we will be familiar with the whole framework. So let's start with I am going to define some model. My model is I'm going to define the items. For example, my model is name of the model is, let's suppose, variable. This is model. This is for example, this is my model. This is package. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notations. So I have to define my model. Model means data. Which data I want to define? I want to show some items. Let's suppose I am going to hard code my items in this lecture. So let's suppose, for example, these are the items for the customer. I am going to define the name of this is customer. Let's suppose customer name is, for example, Usman. This is the name of the customer, and this customer has ordered these items. This is an array. JSON packets are defined something like this one. Key, this is value, comma, key is customer, colon, value is Usman. Key is items, value is, this is array. This is array. Now, inside this one array, there is a need to define the data. For example, this is first item, this is second item, and this is third item, and so on. We can define as many items. Let's suppose, uh, once again in the same style is there, item name. What should be the name of the item? Let's suppose item 1. This is the name of the item. What We can define as many properties again. Item name, item 1, and what is the price. Let's suppose price is 13, or is available, is in the stock. Let's suppose I am going to define it as true. Yes, it is available. uh, we can define some other attributes as well. What is the department for this one item, what is the category, what is subcategory, what are the parameters, some other color, size, and something other. So I want to keep it very simple. So this is my first item. I am going to define the second item, then third item. I am going to work with very simple, means item. This is item 2. This is available? Yes, this is also available. And what about this one? This is item 3. Item 3 is available, mean is in stock. Okay, I change this to is in stock. Whether it is inside the stock, whether it is available inside the stock. So let's suppose the third item is not available. This is out of stock. False. If there are more parameters, then comma separated. If there are no more, then we should not define comma. So I have defined 4 items. Item 4 is in stock. True, yes, it is also inside stock. Right now I am going to hard code my items, but just to create a model. means MVC. Now I'm going to define the MVC model gradually. This is my model, means this is data. Ultimately we will get this data from the server, and we will use this data inside our views. So what is my view? What is the name of for example, uh, if what is the name of the customer? Let's suppose uh, I want to define one div where I want to show, and this is the customer and these are the items this customer has ordered. So let's see first of all whether AngularJS is playing its role in my page. So let's see. Welcome to, this is page header, point of sale items. I'm going to comment this one or delete this one. I just use this one line just to make sure whether Bootstrap is working properly. Oh yes, this is working properly. Point of sale items. So which is the customer? I'm going to so what is the variable name? What is the variable name? uh, Model. uh, my model is basically uh, I have to define the controller as well inside. For example, I have to define a simple controller. This is my model. I have defined a module named as POS, and the variable name is POS app. This is my application. So I want to define a controller. As I already told you that AngularJS works on the principle of MVC. It is following the MVC model. This is model. This is I'm going to define the controller. So there is a controller method that is available, as you can see. So what is the name of the controller? Let's suppose my controller name is POS CTRL. This is the name of my controller, and this controller is going to follow which one function. So this controller is going to follow let's suppose function, and what are what is inside this function. Initially there is a service named as scope. Scope is a service which is available throughout the application. You can initially you can understand, you can think about scope as a shared variable for sharing of data between uh, uh, views, and we can access the scope variable inside the controller, and this scope variable, whatever is the part of the scope variable, we can access it inside the view. So what this is, controller is a function. So this is a function. I have used this one scope. This is a service. We will study services in detail and other concepts gradually, but for this lecture I want to show the working of simple. What is scope dot? This is, you can see this is a dynamic. We can define dynamic properties. Scope dot model. This is my model. I can say it mod. Let's suppose the name of the variable is mod. This is available inside this one, mod. So just think, this is what, this is my model. This is my model, right? So I am going to comment this one. This is my model, and I am going to define this is my controller. As you can see, controller area is MVC. This is model, simple model data. Ultimately we will receive this data from the database, but in this application we are going to define a simple structure of MVC in our page, and gradually we will follow the best practices for these things in our page. So this is the model. Right now the model contains 4 items. The model also contains the name of the customer. Now I can use this one controller inside my page. So this is the body. I can use ng dash controller. What is the name of my controller? I have named it postctrl. This is the name of my controller. So if the controller is the bridge between model and view, this is the bridge. Inside the controller, what I have placed this model into the property named as model. My model is named as mod. So this mod data, this is the data, this is JSON string. I have defined a JSON packet here manually, and I have passed this to model model. This is the name of the variable. You can use as the name something like model data, any name. This is a variable. So uh, for simplicity or convention, I will use model. Most of the times I will use model, right? So this is mm, so let's see whether the customer. Let's suppose I want to display the name of the customer. So customer, I want to show the name of the customer something. Customer model, model. For AngularJS to show its data, I have to use uh, this one syntax, and I will use model dot customer. This is customer. I just want to see whether it is working properly. Means AngularJS framework is also playing its role properly in my page. So now once again I will refresh this one page. Where is my page? Yes, this is my page. Control F5. Oh no, model dot customer, that is not there. It is not showing the name of the customer. So this means that there is some problem. Let me to check it. What is the problem? Fail to initiate the module POS app due to module app is not available either. So module app is not available. What is the reason? Module app. Once again, what is the error? Fail to instantiate module POS app. POS app. This is POS app, and POS app, POS dot controller. What is missing? What we are missing? Scope service is there, and what should be there? This is scripting and POS CTRL. It should be the name of yes. I have defined the model mod, and let's save it and again refresh this one page. What is the error? Module POS app is not available. You either misspelled the module name or first of all, AngularJS should be there. AngularJS, whether it is there? Yes. Is there any error for loading? No. POS app is not available. You either misspelled the module name or forget to load it. If registering a module, ensure that you specify the dependencies. What is the dependency right now? There is no dependency. Dependency means POS is the name of the module. Oh, module name is POS. POS, not POS app. This is the difference. My module name is POS. I have used the variable POS app. So it might be any name. So yes, customer Usman. Now there is no error, and customer name is Usman. So In this lecture, I have shown you that a little bit how to define the model, how to define the controller, and how to use that one controller. In the next lecture, I will keep on working on this one page to make it more solid. Uh, until then, thanks, Allah Hafiz.